Hey loves, it's Angelica, aka Angie B, and today I thought we'd get a little bit personal and let's talk about all the things I wish I knew before I got my first silk press on my natural hair and before I perfected it. As you can see, my hair is in a really good silk press. This is actually the best my hair has ever looked, the best silk press I've ever had, also the longest my hair has ever been. So I thought I would share everything that I've learned from all my mistakes so you don't have to make the same ones. The first thing is not understanding my hair's heat tolerance. Now, I've been lucky enough to never experience severe heat damage ever. I've gotten like minor damage before, but understanding your heat tolerance is going to make a big difference moving forward because I used to go by what everyone else says, which is like, use this kind of flat iron. Make sure it's not too hot. Don't go beyond this certain temperature. Don't use it like this. Don't do this. And I would just follow what everyone else was doing without taking into consideration what my specific hair type is. And that makes a massive difference. So you may be someone with type 3 hair that's sort of fine and medium density, and then you follow my tutorial and you use the exact same flat iron on the exact same heat setting, and then you get heat damage and you're wondering why I didn't get heat damage, without taking into consideration that I have type 4 very thick, coarse, natural hair, and my hair requires a different level of heat and it can tolerate a different level of heat. I currently use the Babyliss Nano Titanium 3000 on the highest heat, which is 465, which honestly, I still think it's 450. The jump from 410 to 465 is major. I don't think it actually gets that hot, but if it does, that means my hair can just tolerate that. I don't get heat damage and I use it on the highest heat and the highest setting. And you might be watching this saying, nobody's hair needs that much heat. My hair does. Your hair probably does not. And if you try it, it will probably cause you heat damage. I like to look at this kind of in the same way we look at calories when it comes to weight loss. You may look at someone like me and see my calories if I'm in a deficit and think, oh my gosh, 1,300 calories. This is just a hypothetical number, by the way, but you might be thinking 1,300 calories or 1,200 calories. That is too little for any adult. That's like the amount that a child eats. I always see comments like that on people's posts, and it's like, I am 4'11". I am not that much taller than a child. Trust me, if I'm trying to lose weight, I cannot eat the same amount of calories in a deficit as someone who is 5'7" or 5'5", which is like the average height. I am not average height, so I can't eat the same calories as someone that's average height. So that's the same thing. Maybe your hair is coming out super frizzy. It's not getting flat enough. It's not getting smooth enough despite using all the right products and all the right tools. Maybe the heat is not hot enough, or maybe the heat is too hot. So look at your own hair type. Maybe try and find someone with a similar hair type and density to you and try that. The second thing I wish I knew before my first silk press is the importance of a good blow dry. Now, yes, it does start with the right tools. Having a great blow dryer is a great foundation, and my favorite blow dryer is the GHD. I'll link it in the video in the description box below, but it's a blow dryer by GHD. It is a professional blow dryer. It is amazing. It dries my hair really quickly. The heat is really hot, but it does not burn the hair. I found that with a lot of I don't want to say cheap, but a lot of cheaper blow dryers have this hot air that the moment you start blow drying your hair, you can literally smell your hair burning, like it's smoke, it's burning. The tool actually does matter, but also the technique. I started using the tension method recently and it has made a massive difference. So with the tension method, all you need to do is hold your hair taut while it is wet in a fully detangled state and just hold the blow dryer and let it dry till it's like 80% dry, and then you start going through the comb. This ensures that not only you use less manipulation, but it also ensures a smoother and quicker blow dry process. I personally also like to go ahead and use a paddle brush, and my favorite paddle brush is from Paul Mitchell. The wet brush has a good one too, but it doesn't have anything on the Paul Mitchell paddle brush. That one is just so amazing. It just glides through my hair, and I ensure that my hair is thoroughly blow dried, no wet spot, no tangles, no nothing, because if your hair is very frizzy or your blow dry came out really badly, at this point, just wear your hair in a blow dried state and then wait a week, wash your hair that weekend, and then try again. Because trust me, if the blow dry is bad, the silk press will be bad. It may not be terrible, but it won't be great. Now, this next thing I wish I knew is a non-negotiable. And this is deep conditioning before a silk press. I must say, there was a lot of talk online about how if your hair is over moisturized, if it has like a film on it, if you use heavy products on your hair, your silk press is gonna come out heavy. You want to use the lightest weight products. And a lot of people would not deep condition and instead just use like a regular basic conditioner, rinse it out after like 5 minutes, and then proceed with a silk press. And they would say it would come out great because the hair is not over moisturized, it's not too heavy. You wanna ignore that. Go ahead and deep condition, but deep condition with I would suggest something that is either a professional product or something that is targeted at multiple hair types. Usually when you use products that are like targeted for thick, coarse, natural hair, those will have a lot more oils in them and that can sit on the hair. So I like to use the Amika Soul Food Nourishing Mask, but there's a lot of other masks out there. Just whatever deep conditioner makes your hair feel the most soft and hydrated, but it doesn't feel like you have a film sitting on your hair. This is going to ensure that your silk press comes out smooth, but it will also ensure that your silk press lasts, because when your hair is hydrated and moisturized, the strands are smoother, it feels nicer, it lasts longer. I just can't stop touching my hair. Just look at that. It lasts longer, but also because it's not seeking any moisture from the air outside, it's going to prevent your hair from frizzing up and reverting because your hair already has all the moisture it needs in the hair strands. And so when I would use a regular conditioner or just something that wasn't as hydrating because I was scared of it being like too moisturized or something, my hair would always come out like a little bit stiff. It would look really dull. It just wasn't it. And deep conditioning just really makes a massive difference. Now, this next mistake is the ultimate rookie mistake. And I would usually get to this point like on day 3. So day 1, my silk press was like the best it could ever look. And it would never get any better than that. Now I almost prefer my hair like 2 or 3 days later, because the first day I'm like, wow, you've got the fresh silk press, but then overnight the oils sit in your hair and your hair gets softer and flowier. And the next morning you wake up and it looks even better. And then the next day it gets even better. And that's the way it works. Before, it would be like day 1, this is the best you're gonna do, so enjoy it. Day 2 is like, well, I guess we tried. And day 3 is kind of like, I can style it in its straight form. It doesn't look like a blow dry. It looks like I flat ironed it. It looks good, but it doesn't look great. But it was the best I could do at the time. And that's when I would start to feel lazy and just go to sleep, throw my hair however I went to sleep and just abandoned it. But now that my silk presses turn out amazing and I like to maintain them and keep them for as long as possible, wrapping my hair at night makes a massive difference. Now, there's 2 different ways of wrapping the hair. Sometimes I would just tie on a scarf and keep all the hair together in the back and put a bonnet on top, and that will work. That's usually like after a week or so. And then there's wrapping it wrapping it in the circular motion with a brush, which I feel like is the most effective. The only thing I do is I change directions every night or every 2 nights, because I don't want to get any like shedding or like a bald patch or anywhere in front. You don't want the hair to be like getting used to being wrapped in one direction. So like I might do it 2 times this way and then 2 times the other way, just like that. And then sometimes I would just sort of cross the hair at the back like so. I know you can't see it, but it's crossed at the back. Then I bring it to the front and then I just pin it up like this. I put hairpins and then I put on a bonnet and then go to sleep, and that works perfectly fine too. Wrapping your hair in a bun also works, but I find sleeping in a bun very uncomfortable and I value my sleep over any hairstyle, so I don't do that. This next thing I wish I knew before my first silk press is to trust the process. You want to be as slow and as intentional as possible. If you're going to do this yourself, you have to just schedule out a whole day so that if it takes longer than you thought, it's just going to take longer than you thought. All you want to do is also ensure that you're only doing 1 pass, maximum 2 passes. I used to think 2 passes, it's still not smooth. It probably just needs another pass. No, it doesn't. If your hair is not straight in 2 passes, you either didn't blow dry your hair right, you're probably not using the chase method, which you should be doing, or you just had a really bad blow dry, your hair was not deep conditioned properly, and no matter how many passes you do, it's not going to get smooth. So 1 to 2 slow passes, even sections. Take your time. Don't increase the size of the sections, and you will start to have better results, and you will eventually master it and get the perfect silk press. If you found this helpful, give this video a like and comment what your biggest silk press mistake was. Hit my face right there to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning. Watch this playlist for all my other silk press videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!